4 screws. Leave the far screw by the shaft in, otherwise it'll be too hard to put back in. Now grab the motor and place the motor on top, and you want to align the 2-inch motor pulley where the shaft is. You're going to loosen the nut and then put the motor on top of that nut that we did not take out, and then put the washers and nuts back on, and you're going to do that for all 4 holes. The side that we're looking on, you want to leave about a 1/4 inch gap. Once you get all the bolts and nuts in, you can tighten it down. Next, we're going to put the back cover on. Remove the plastic film and grab the screw that came with the cover, and you're going to put the one shown in this video on first, and a second one directly below it. Next, we will put the 8-inch pulley on. We're going to tap it into place and line it up with the 2-inch motor bracket. Now you can put the pulley on. The next step is to loosen the nut and clip between the gear and where the cable will spool. You're going to take this nut and we're going to put it on the end of the cable. We're also going to thread the cable through the hole. Once you have the nut secured on the cable, pull the cable back through until the nut hits, and then put the clip back on. Now we're going to measure where we're going to put the brackets to hold the wood on the arms. You want to set the arms with the holes closest to the arms at one end, and then measure from the second hole 6 inches, and then 24 inches from that, having 30 inches total. Do that on both arms. Use the square and make a straight line on all the markings that you made. Now we're going to pull out the 4 U brackets and then the 8 nuts associated with them. Locate the bunk brackets. Now we will prep by putting the U brackets on the bunk brackets and then putting the nut on the very end. We'll do this for all 4. Now we will slide the bunk brackets on the arms. There are left and rights, and you want to put the flat surface facing inward. When you go to do the other arm, flip them the other way and keeping the flat parts in and against that line that you drew. Tighten them down once you have them in the spot. Now, using a bit of Gorilla Glue, glue the caps on the end of the arms. Next, we'll put the carpet on the wooden bunks. The wooden bunks, you'll get one piece of wood, which will be a 6x10, and you're going to cut that in half. Once the boards are cut in half, fold the carpet in a triangle, put a nail on one end, stretch the carpet out, and then you will cut the carpet about 1 inch at the end of the board. Then you're going to use the other piece on the other board. Put a nail a hammer length away from each other on both sides of the board. You're going to drill a 1/2 inch hole through the piling, and then you're going to slide the long 1/2 inch bolt through it. Next, you're going to put the jet ski track on the bolt you just put through your piling. We recommend using one of the long bolts to put through to give you something to grab on as you hold. Put a nut through to stabilize it. Next, you're going to drill a hole through the next hole in the jet ski track through the piling. Now that the hole is drilled, you can put the bolt through. Secure with a nut. Repeat with the 3rd hole on the jet ski track. Now we will put the jet ski carriage in the track. You want to rest it up top, and then we're going to put the wheels on the carriage pins. One will go on each side at the bottom, and you'll have one go on each side at the top. Now slowly lower the carriage into the track and put the lock-in pin to hold the carriage in place. Now we will put the motor on with the pulley facing the carriage. Put the rubber backing behind the track, and then we're going to use the bolts to secure the back plate of the motor to the jet ski track. There should be 3 bolts in total. Start with the top, go to the bottom, and then do the other top, having 3 in total. Now we are going to secure the cable. We're going to put it underneath the blue pulley and take the nut off of the bolt that went through the piling. We're going to put the thimble of the cable on it and then put the nut back on, securing the cable in place. Now we will wind the cable, have someone running the lift and someone holding it down, allowing the cable to nicely wind up. Now we will secure the arms of the lift. You're going to put a bolt on the top of the arm through the cradle and then secure with a nut. You will also see those 2 open holes. You'll put a bolt through those and secure with a nut. Repeat on the other side. Now we will put the bunk boards on. You want to measure 11.5 inches from the bracket to the end of the board, and then you are going to drill holes and put the carriage bolts and nuts in. Repeat for all bunk brackets. Now we will secure the switch to the piling, secure with 2 wood screws. Now take the large staples and secure the wiring to the post so there are no loose wires. The cover goes on next, secured with 4 screws. You have now installed your Doozie piling jet ski lift. Since 1984, getting out on the water with friends and family has been easy with Doozie boat lifts. Our lift supports jet skis, pontoons, tritoons, and boats under 14,000 pounds. We have galvanized and aluminum, boathouse, and 4-post lift options.